Excuse me. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be one of those another showcasing of my collections that I have. And also, before I start, today is going to be Pokemon Day, the 30th anniversary. You know, when I previously said whoever watched my channel, that is, that I have my Fire Red and Emerald cartridges playing on the analog pocket, and I wished at that time that Nintendo would bring back the games back to the service, whether if it's the Switch Online or whatever. But thankfully, they decided finally that they will bring back the classic Pokemon games. And what you know it, today is Pokemon Day, and for the past 4 days I already purchased Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I cannot wait to play them because I have my Zelda OLED Switch over there, so I'm gonna play Fire Red here in this magnificent Sword and Shield system, Switch 1 Lite, and I'm gonna play Leaf Green on my OLED Zelda Switch, so I can trade, because you cannot trade online. It has to be local wireless thing, so I don't mind. The good thing is that it's like a direct online purchase. It's not linked to the Nintendo NSO service, which if you do not subscribe, it will go away. You'll say it will go away. No, this is what we wanted for a very long time, dude. $20 each, my man and girl. Paying for these cartridges are very expensive for a couple of for many years now, and I cannot fathom enough. And by the way, I love playing it on the analog pocket. It's such an amazing system. I'm not modding it, I'm not downloading ROMs, I just want to play actual cartridges, and they can be expensive depending on the game. So with the announcement of Fire Red and Leaf Green back, just look how beautiful this is. I'm gonna just play that and show it to you. Max volume. So yeah, still haven't completed this game, trying to catch everything. The music is so good in the older games. So yeah, so since Fire Red and Leaf Green is finally back, and the Pokemon Direct is almost at 3 hours from now, and I already purchased these, but I think you cannot play them yet. It will tell you it still cannot be played. But whatever, I'm so happy that I got them. And hopefully, just like I showed you, that we will get the rest of the Gen 3 games. I hope. Let's see what they will bring us. I hope they will bring Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. And for those who like the Mystery Dungeon games, I never played them. And I know there's a Switch remake, but I haven't got that because I never cared for sadly, for the Mystery Dungeon games. I only cared about the mainline games. So here's hoping, let's see, this 30th anniversary thing will do justice for us Pokemon fans finally. And by the way, I've been playing Scarlet for a year and a half now, and I've been doing the 7-star raids as well. let me just finish this before I show my collection. ايوه انا عربي بس انا احب اتكلم انجليزي لانه اغلبية السبسكرايبرز واللي يسمعوني في الشانل اجانب اكثر. بس اذا حاب تسأل شيء بالعربي حياك. Let me just show you real quick. Um, Sometimes when I'm not streaming in my channel or uploading videos, I've been busy with this bad boy. And what I mean by bad boy, that this game, well, it now works better on the Switch too. I've been following doing the 7-star race. I'm not trying to miss any single one of them. Following some cool advices from, what's the guy's channel's name on YouTube? I need to drop his name on the comments later. So yeah, and being a collector that I am, I've been quite busy because I completed the Pokédex on Scarlet and Violet, even on Sword and Shield. As you can see, 400. Focus. It's not focusing. But yeah. See, here's the diploma for the Blueberry Academy. So let me just say, for Scarlet and Violet, the DLC saved the game. It adds amazing gameplay. I know. $95 is too much. I know, truthfully. And they, just like in Sword and Shield, they cut out the most amazing, lovely aspect of the content of the games in post-game DLC. Generally, I do not like that, but it is what it is for a couple of years, so I cannot wait to play Fire Red and Leaf Green. Let me just turn off my Switch. Gonna be playing them later on. So here's just a startup of me explaining how amped up I am with Pokemon Day, and hopefully, and I got the Pokemon games on GameCube. I'm gonna show my collections now, actually. So bear with me just 2 minutes. Also, if you have, I know there's a lot of cool pouches for the Switch systems, but I'm using this Mario hard case. I really love this one because I have a Sword and Shield Zacian Zamazanta case, but that's a very sensitive leather material that starts peeling a little bit on the back, so I kept it, and I got this one. I prefer this one. It's very cool Mario one. Let me turn off my... See? Gotta love the analog pocket. You might not like them, just like limited run, but they make awesome stuff. Let me turn this off. Alright, so let's start showing my collection now. So just like I said, I have, since I'm trying to clean up my room, and I hooked up my Wii, my red Mario Wii over there. I'm trying to test some GameCube games that I haven't played them for a long while, and I have another memory card, so I'm trying to double back up my saves from my original memory card. So, you know, I'm trying to back up my stuff just to keep my complete save files and everything. So let's start off. Should we start with the GameCube ones? Let's start with the GameCube ones. Is that the back there? Let's start with the GameCubes, shall we? Now, as probably one of my first videos of showing my collection, I did show that that my survival hack and slash collection. You know that I'm a very die-hard, by the collection that I have, that I'm a very die-hard survival horror fan. So let's start off with one of my favorite series of all time, maybe top three actually, is Resident Evil. So starting off, I'm gonna save this bad boy for last. For Resident Evil, here, let's start finally showing my collection. Resident Evil 0 for the GameCube. You gotta love how they have some two discs action over here. Resident Evil 0, I love the co-op aspect between Billy and Rebecca in this game. Now they're saying next year they're doing, I'm gonna get the Code Veronica, I have it here as well. They say that next year they're gonna do a Code Veronica remake finally. It should have gotten a remake before 4 remake, but that's a money maker for Capcom. So I know they would go for that. But as much as I love Code Veronica X, I think it's finally showed that it's getting old now, so it deserves a remake. But it's still a solid game, even though playing back on Code Veronica, the areas are very small in that game. So what I like more about Zero, because it tells the story before the mansion incident, and it was a those were GameCube exclusives for a long time, and then finally that they released it on PS3 and PS4. Was it really? And they released it on Switch, but did they release it on Xbox? I don't have an Xbox, so I don't know. So if what I imagine how they would remake this one, imagine if you play online with the friend. One controls Billy, one controls Rebecca online, and each one controls a character, and you scatter around, do everything simultaneously together. That would be the best Resident Evil game ever if they did that in the remake. Online, co op, each one controls a character and you share the items in between and such. That would be so amazing. I hope that they would do something like that. But the game is still awesome. Like the train section, the facility section, the water factory section with the tyrant. It's an awesome game. I really love it. Uh, and also, Billy is such a tank. He takes a lot of hits. Very strong. One of the strongest characters. So one of my personal favorites, Resident Evil 1 remake. They've been rumors that they're gonna remake this game again. Dude, this game is still so beautiful. When was this released? 2000 and what? 2002, 2003. Sorry. This game still looks beautiful. It does not need a remake. It could, but I don't think so. It's Code Veronica needs a remake badly, but not this game. This game is still so beautiful since Jill Valentine is one of my all-time favorite characters. The Mansion Incident, since this is like a total remake of the PS1 game with additions, beautiful cutscene, beautiful environments and everything, more added areas in between, the defense system with the pocket knife. Is it a pocket? I won't say a pocket knife, but a survival knife and the grenades and stuff. This game is awesome in my opinion. Man, must have for the collection, whether you have it on any system. Now this is a strong game, but some people say it's the best in the series. Well, I know the remake of 2 is, but for the classic ones, I started playing Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil 2 first. I mean, Resident Evil 3 with Jill. Then I played the Mansion Incident, the first one. Then remake 4. Then 0. Then I finally got into Resident Evil 2. Still cool cover though. Still and the 1.5 canceled game, although amazingly it has been uh, the 1.5 cancelled build of Resident Evil 2 was leaked online many years ago. I've been seeing listings on eBay and such, but I never played it. But still, Resident Evil 2 is still a very solid game, whether you play it on PS1. The GameCube one is very nice when I played it. I'm not sure about the 64 ones. I heard that it had problems because maybe the game was too big for the cartridge, but it was a good effort, I must say. And yeah, Resident Evil 0 was meant to be a Nintendo 64 game, but it was cancelled, and then amazingly and more beautifully, it was made as a GameCube game. So yeah, Resident Evil 2, the side A and side B with Leon and Claire and alternating later, mix it up in between is it doesn't get old, to be honest, and it's quite difficult for a classic Resident Evil game. Still a lot of fun though. Another personal favorite of mine is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the game that made me love and still like Resident Evil to this day. And of course, that's what made me love Jill Valentine as my favorite character, one of my favorite characters of all time, up there with Samus. Maybe recently Lara Croft with the recent modernization of the classic games and the modern action games. I have a couple of action games, I'm gonna show them later. So yeah, Resident Evil 3. Now sadly the remake of 3, I'm sorry, this is way better than the remake. Sure, the remake, I think it got shoved compared to Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is one of the best Resident Evil games of all time. I have 4 Remake, but I haven't played it yet. Shit. And Requiem has been released already, so I need to catch up. I know my friend's gonna spoil me later. I told him to spoil me later. So yeah, Resident Evil 3 with the Raccoon City. It plays in between Resident Evil 2 and at the end with Resident Evil 2 story timeline wise. It's a much more fun experience because Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica, they feel quite tight heavy games. But Resident Evil 3 is much more energetic. The way it controls with the dodging and dynamic, I mean. And Nemesis is way too scary in this game than on the remake. The remake Nemesis looks trash. They missed the ball so much with the Resident Evil 3 remake. Hopefully Code Veronica does not get the same treatment, but like I said, Resident Evil 3 still one of the top classics. I think they also released it on the PlayStation classics. Wasn't bad, but it did feel a bit incomplete, especially compared. Yeah. Definitely, there is no park section, the clock tower section, even the hospital. Okay, maybe the hospital it felt differently good with Carlos, with the hunters and everything. I mean, that section with the hunter was dangerous when you play on professional without the infinite rocket launcher, of course, but the hunters, of course, they can be deadly, and I love the hunters. They're my favorite enemies in Resident Evil, so yeah. It's good, but still not as good as the classic Resident Evil 3, in my opinion. Nemesis alone still scares me in the classic Resident Evil 3, and I know where he spawns, where he chases you. I know everything, but still I get scared by Nemesis in the classic game. Then the remake, he just like vanishes and pops in instantly like a wizard or something. Not my. The only saving grace of that remake is that I love Jill Valentine. That's the only thing, and a very nice platinum. It's a good wild platinum. And here we have Code Veronica X, which hopefully they will do a proper remake for this game, unlike Resident Evil 3 remake. because this is one of the best in the series. And of course, this was supposed to be Resident Evil 3, but they had to make a trilogy for the PS1 and stuff. But still, the story is like a mainline game story. It's not a side story. This is a mainline game. You have to play it. And the X on the title, because of the extra cutscenes with Weskers and everything. And I think the battle mode was enhanced or added some stuff. Yes, sure, it's kind of stiff to play it right now, even though I love the tank controls. But Code Veronica, the when you try to discover the areas and play it, it feels a very small, tight game now when I think about it. But if you spoke to me 10, 15 years ago, I'd still say, oh my god, this is so awesome. But it's showing its age now, to be honest. But still an awesome game. Gotta love Whisker. Still an awesome classic Resident Evil game. And oh boy, we're talking about the most milked game, the most successful game, the most played game, and the probably most famous Resident Evil character of all time, since we just spoke about Requiem, Resident Evil 4. This is the second Resident Evil 4 I played in my life. So playing a classic Resident Evil and then jump ship to the modern controls, it's a very, like, when I was maybe at second year high school, I got into Resident Evil. So yeah, still a classic, still an amazing classic game. And I have the Wii edition. Just wait on me a little bit. Playing this with the GameCube, and I have the PS2 one as well. This is more sharper. The colors are a little bit more vibrant. The GameCube controller for the GameCube one feels better because the GameCube controller is one of the best controllers of all time, to be honest. Not because of Smash, it's just a well thought. I'll show my Nixie controller soon later. So yeah, Resident Evil 4, what can I say? It's one of the top Resident Evil games of all time. Everybody, his child and his grandchild and probably his grandmother has played this game. That's how successful it is. And I still need to play the remake. I have it installed, but I haven't played it yet. I need to get the platinum. Wink, wink. So yeah. Whether it's the classic or the remake, which is a very good remake, of course, that's a solid remake, but still the classic one is still awesome. And I gotta love the GameCube cover. And I think the European one has a very weird, like, black and white in the forest with the chainsaw Salvador guy in the middle there. Was that a normal edition or a collector's edition cover? That's one of the greatest covers of all time for Resident Evil, in my opinion. So yeah, Resident Evil 4. No, I truly have something. When I mean something, it's one hell of a something. And that something is Eternal Darkness, baby. This game threw me off in so many ways. Trying to get into it, playing it as a Resident Evil game or a Silent Hill game, like going into it, only to discover it's another wild game on its own. Like I love survival horror, so this has to be in my collection to play and experience. Now, sadly, I think a couple of years ago, maybe 6, 8 years ago, there was rumors that there's gonna be a sequel to this game, but then it got shut down, as I read online. So I'm not sure if Nintendo will ever bring this game back in the online NSO. Will it get a remaster just like The Thing, which was a PS2 game? And I never thought The Thing will come back from a PS2 game to a modern game, which I ordered from VGP Canada. They're an awesome online store that I always order from. So yeah, Eternal Darkness, one of the most unique, one of the weirdest, one of the strongest survival horror games. Even as a GameCube game, this is one heck of a GameCube game that I did not expect that will take me off my expectation so wildly, and I do mean wildly. So I need to play this again actually, just for fun and giggles and chills. And cool cover by the way. Yes, it's one of those very rare ones. I know. Speaking of very rare one, since we have the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 1, and they just announced Volume 2 with Peace Walker, and finally MGS4. No, it's here in my collapsing box with my action games. Wished I would show you. So a lot of people wanted this game to come back. Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Now, imagine MGS1, the Amazing Shadow Moses MGS1, but with MGS2 graphics controls and technicalities and game upgrades. This title was really something. Though to be honest, the cutscenes are really way over the edge. Too much action in my opinion. But if they have to go with the remake for this title, they did go out all in on making this a very solid upgrade. But was hoping this will be added in Volume 2. Apparently they didn't, unless if there it was maybe they will add this as a surprise later. I'm not sure, because why just Peace Walker and MGS 4? We'll see. I don't know. I really wish this game, because just like I showed you, Resident Evil 0 and remake has been finally gotten out of the Nintendo exclusivity for years now on PS3, PS4, Switch. So why not this game? Why not this game finally gets out of the Nintendo exclusives club? And this is from Jesus, 2001? Damn. Damn, I feel old. And I'm not just mentioning my gray hairs and everything. So yeah, MGS Twin Snakes. A lot of people want to play it, and I wish it gets ported out of the GameCube. Hopefully in another volume, or added with Volume 2 maybe as a surprise later. Here's an action game that I took it just for face value and kind of liked it more than I thought I would be. And that game is Product Number 3. This game. It's quite a short game, but it's quite a very fun action game, to be honest. And I think it was one of those last years when Shinji Mikami was with Capcom. What was his team again? The Capcom 5 or Capcom 7? When he made... what was that Fist of the North Star game? Beat 'em up was? I haven't played it. Need to play it though. So yeah, not a very bad game. A very cool, lovely white cover though for a GameCube game. And she kind of looks like Jill Valentine as well. So yeah, a very good game. I love it. But not as good as these two bad boys from Capcom. I'm talking about Youthful Joe 1 and 2. Now, these two titles, I really hope that strangely... I know Joe has been brought back in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Or was it Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3? With Okami. So these two action games are very awesome. Hideki Kamiya is just one wild guy. I mean, from Devil May Cry to Bayonetta, and he left Platinum Games, I think, for about a year now, I think. So I'm not sure what they will do with Bayonetta. So I really hope Capcom would release these two games. I think there's a third game that I'm missing, a side game of some source, if I'm not mistaken. But I hope they would do like an HD double pack collection of these two games. It's just awesome, colorful, wacky. Uh, Maybe Wonderful 101 also was inspired from this game. But yeah, these are two action games. I should play them tonight as well. I haven't played them for a while, so Beautiful Joe. You gotta. I think this is also available on PS2 and Xbox, OG Xbox. If I'm not mistaken, I'm for sure. It There's a PS2 editions of these games. So yeah. And speaking, I'll get it after I finish this set. So here I have a couple of. Is that it, or is there more? I think. Oh yes. Let me get those while I'm at it. And regarding my survival horror collection, I have this big box that has Resident Evil remake and zero. Now I don't have that sealed remake right now, but I do have a sealed Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 0. So I'm keeping it in this box just for protection. So let's get more on the action side of things. Get over here. I have this game, Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. I haven't played it, to be honest, because the disc is very badly scratched. It's not originally my game, someone gave it to me. I tried it for a little while, but I stopped playing it because the disc is so badly scratched. I don't want to damage my Wii lens because that Red Mario edition wasn't cheap. I bought it brand new from someone. So I bought it as a collector's item, so that's why I'm taking care of my Wii and even my Wii U, which they're not modded. I do not like to mod my games. So I have Sonic Mega Collection. This Sonic Mega Collection has these games, most of the classic Genesis games. I know currently there is Sonic Mania, you can get that easier. But I think back in the day, I think was this released on PS2 as well? I forgot. But this one has the OG Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic 3, Robotnik Mean Bean Machine, Sonic Spinball, 3D Blast, and of course the most notorious, most wanted game of the classics is Sonic and Knuckles. So you gotta love the OG Sonic games, for bad or worse. What I mean by bad or worse is when you try to get the platinum, not platinum, but 100% trophies on the OG Sonic games, it can be very hard, especially with the speedrun trophies. And yes, I bought those games before they were delisted by Sega on the PlayStation Network. I have them on my PS3. So here's Sonic Gems Collection. Now this one is more of the underrated, hence called Gems Collection. Uh, what I got this mostly because of Sonic CD. Sonic the Fighters was very cool as well, And Sonic R. It's not bad. You kind of hate it at first, but it was okay-ish. It also has what did I play? Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Game Gear ones, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, Tails, Sky Patrol. That game is way harder than I thought it would be. I mean, trying to complete that game alone feel quite notorious because that game is really hard as a platformer, 2D platformer. Tails Adventures, or was it Tails Adventures? I think it's Tails Adventures. Sorry, I got mixed up. So yeah, and awesome. Since I love classic Sonic games, why not? Before I get to the heavy hitters of the Sonic games, here's Sonic Heroes, the GameCube one, and they say that the GameCube one runs better than the PS2 one. I haven't completed it 100% on the GameCube, but I did on the PS2, so I need to continue playing this and see for myself a little bit. I need to clean the surface of this one a bit. So yeah, Sonic Heroes, it's an okay-ish, but it's not as good as Adventures 1 or 2, but trying to get all the 120 emblems, oh boy, it's gonna be a nightmarish task. It wasn't easy on the PS2 for my case, so I'll test myself again on the GameCube and see. So yeah, as for Sonic, wasn't there's a rumor that this was gonna get a remake last year? Uh, would I recommend this? Only if you're a diehard Sonic fans and you just want to play Sonic games. It's okay, it's on the mediocre-ish fun if you want to play it, but if you want to 100% it, this game, whew, it's gonna be tough with the 120 emblems. Speaking of the 120 emblems, the best Sonic games of all time: Sonic Adventures 1 and 2. Now, personally, I prefer Sonic Adventures 1, and this is the DX one with the enhanced over the Dreamcast port with additional details and side missions and side quests and everything. So it's like an enhanced port of the Dreamcast one. One of my favorites. This game is so fun for me to get all of the emblems and the Chaos Emeralds. So it's personally my favorite. Now this monster, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Now this came during the end times of Sega and the Dreamcast, growing up when they were gonna go out of the console market and stuff. And I remember the E3 Los Angeles convention. I remember it had like a big advert for Sonic and Shadow at that time, growing up as a kid. So sadly, Sega went bust, kinda. They make games now only, but not as a console manufacturer. So this game is notoriously hard. I mean, even playing it with the GameCube controller, when you want to precisely do something, sometimes the controls, because I think you're going too fast with Sonic or Shadow. Sometimes I think the game is too fast to recognize your movements and your precise actions. So it needs some diligence and needs some practice and to really get good to getting the A ranks, the emblems, and everything. It's one of the hardest Sonic games to 100% for sure. Awesome game, yes, but very hard to complete 100%. But still an awesome game though. And when they introduced Shadow, I really loved him, and I love Rogue too. before they downgraded her boobs anyway. So here's some fighting games that I have for the GameCube. And I know this has been released recently for the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which is Capcom vs. SNK 2. Easy operation for the GameCube, which like easier controls and everything, so and commands and everything. So probably thankfully this has been recently added to the Capcom Fighting Collection. And they just announced also that they're gonna release the Marvel arcade games collection, maximum collection. Oh my god, I'm so gonna get that when it when it's available later on. And I'm looking forward for Tokon as well. Sadly, it's not Capcom this time that's gonna handle the Marvel license, but it's Arc System, which is they've been doing the best so far for so many years now. So yeah, this is an awesome game. I recommend you just go buy Capcom Fighting Collection 2 because it has Marvel, Capcom vs SNK 1 and 2 and way other games in the collection. I think Plasma Sword 2, which was a very good addition. Power Stone 1 and 2. So yeah, get that collection instead. But I'm a diehard 2D fighting game fan. As I showed in my previous video for the fighting games collection that I have on PS3 and PS2 last time. So yeah, makes sense that I have more 2D fighting games. And I'll get to Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Hold your pants. I'm just getting through my GameCube ones here. And Soul Calibur 2. Now, I'm not too fond of Soul Calibur. I said that I'm trying to get into the series since I have Soul Edge on PS1. This is Soul Calibur 2 with Link for the GameCube. And I think Heihachi was on the PS2 version. I don't have that. But I got this because of Link, because I love Legends of Zelda, and I'll show you soon enough. But yeah. I mean, Soul Calibur 2, it does plays well. So does Soul Edge, or what was called Soul Edge, or Soul Blade. Yeah, Soul Blade. I'm trying to get into. I have Soul Calibur 4. I played that. It was nice. I have Soul Calibur 5, but I haven't played it yet. It's still sealed. I need to get that online trophies for that game. I just remember I need to open and find someone in PSN profile to do the online trophies. Okay, let me get the other remainder of my GameCube games. Mostly Nintendo stuff. Hold your horses. I have so many games. Just a moment. Right. Okay. All right. I only have one racing game for the GameCube, which is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I just love cops and robbers in Need for Speed games, like Need for Speed 3, Hot Pursuit, Hot Pursuit 2, Hot Pursuit Remake for the PS3, and the remaster of that on PS4. I have that. And Heat was good. I loved Heat. Payback was fun as well. Most Wanted, which I showed last time. That's the best Need for Speed game that I ever played. So, very fun game. It Playing it recently again, it might feel a little bit heavy for modern standards, but it's still a very solid, fun game. Put that here. Here's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Now, I need to continue playing this game. I haven't finished it, honestly. But yeah, it's an I like it. I need to put more time into it, honestly, to give a full judgment on it. So yeah, here's Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, sealed. Here's Harvest Moon, Another Wonderful Life. I play those for fun, but not for just to just change the mood a little bit. But I play it frequently, not very much. But I do love Natsumi, the developers who make these kind of games. I really love those. I really love that company. They make so much underrated fun games. Very Japanesey developers and their approach of things. I have the OG Animal Crossing. It's not my favorite series to be honest, but I love the cuteness aspect to it. I love the environment and interaction with the other characters and stuff. But I really hate those games that you have to like play it with concentration and evaluate real time to do some stuff like fishing, growing, or whatever. Like just like for Farmville, I got hooked on Farmville for a while back, while back, maybe in my college days. But yeah, got it only because it's a very well-known Nintendo series. It's not. I'm much more a die-hard Pokemon fan, but I just wanted to check the series out. But it's not. It's not my favorite to be honest. Still very cute though. Okay, here's. Okay, let's get those. Okay, here's Donkey Konga, the one with the drum set. I think I played it with the controller more than the drum set. I don't have the bonga drum set accessory, but yeah, it's a very fun game. I loved it. I think there's Donkey Konga too, but I don't have that one. But yeah, it's a very fun game. It's a good change from playing the OG classic style 2D platformer Donkey Kong games. Okay, where is it? Okay, okay. Here's Mario Strikers, the football Mario. I'm not a very sports type of guy, neither in games or in real life. I do not care. I play this frequently only when friends drop by to my house. I do not play it for my own enjoyment, to be honest. But it is a very good game, though. Very solid game. But I just not into sports that much. But I prefer the GameCube one over the Wii one. And I think they've been releasing so many sports games ever since. I really never cared. Not even golf or tennis or the soccer one. Or I'm not a big fan though. But it's a very fun game though. But it's just not. I don't like sports game that much. Now here's a hardcore game that I take it to my heart. Paper Mario. Thousand Year Doors. Now it's this recently has been brought back on Switch, finally, after so many demands. It's definitely, of course, one of the best Mario Adventures RPG styles that I ever played, and it continued on with the DS and 3DS games with that, which I showed last time on my DS collection. Some of them are sealed. I haven't played them yet, but I'm trying to catch up. So yeah, definitely a must-have. Of course, if you have a Switch, get it on the Switch because this has been getting quite expensive. So yeah, I recommend that you get it on a Switch. Super Mario Sunshine. Now, recently it has been released on the NSO and the previously delisted physical and digital edition of Mario All Stars, which is one of the worst, one of the stupidest ideas Nintendo has ever made. It's Mario. It brings money as much as Pokemon. Maybe not as much as Pokemon, but as a franchise, it does for Nintendo. So they made a very stupid mistake that they cut off Super Mario All Stars from the lineup, and they just released the Galaxy Collection. And I don't think that's limited. So why? Hold on a minute. So why delisting All Stars, digital and physical? Where is it? Where did I put it? Yes, here it is. Here it is. This bad boy. If I would have thought it would be that rare, I would have bought the digital and played it and kept this one sealed. But I played it for fun anyway, so this is what I'm talking about. Why cutting off this game? I mean, it's just Nintendo 64, the Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, and now they released the Galaxy Collection. So, bad idea, Nintendo. That you should have kept this game digital and more regular prints of this game, just like any other Switch game. Very bad marketing strategy. One of the worst that they ever did. Very bad, honestly. So, yeah. Now you can play this on Nintendo Switch Online, the GameCube expansion. I don't have the Game Boy Advance or the Nintendo 64 expansion because I have so many Switch games that I'm gonna show later on a video, I promise. So yeah, it's one of the tightest, one of the most challenging Super Mario 3D Mario games that I ever played. Like if you wanna get all of the collectibles and stuff, the platformer here is so tight and so precise and very directly challenging. Much more harder than Mario 64 in my opinion, way much harder. But personally, I prefer the Galaxy. Oh, I cannot wait to watch that movie later on. Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to watch the Galaxy movie. Wish I could order the Rosalina book, but they won't ship it to me here. F you, Nintendo. So yeah, Mario Sunshine, one of the most hardcore Mario games that I ever played as far as 3D platforming goes. Here we have Luigi's Mansion. A very, I won't say immediately short, but a very, if you like Ghostbusters, you're gonna love this game. If you like Luigi, you're gonna love this game. It's a very good series. I played this one and I played the second one on the 3DS. I haven't played the third one on Switch yet. And I think this has been released again, remade on the 3DS. I think I have it, but I haven't played it yet because I'm still having fun with this one currently. So yeah, this is a very fun game. Uh, I think the only thing you could do is, but the eShop is gone, so it's even a bit harder again to play this game. I know you can play the third game with the green goo thing, but this is a very good game to be honest. I love Luigi. Here's something. WiiU World. Brand new, spanking sealed. Haven't opened it. Someone might buy it from me soon. It's not gonna be cheap, but I'm keeping it for my own personal collection. Also, this is available on the Nintendo Switch Online. You can play it there. Very awesome game. It deserves much more love, especially the other Wario games on the Wii, which I'm gonna get on soon. Okay. Here I used to have Metroid Prime, but I sold it, the first one, but I have a second one. I kept it sealed for my own personal collection. But I used to have the first one and I played it. But don't worry for me. Don't worry for me. I have a good amount of Metroid Primes, as you're gonna see right now. So yeah, what can I say about Metroid Prime 1? It's one of the... Personally, it is the best GameCube game I ever played. Sure, you can play the remastered one on Switch, but I think the GameCube one is way more beautiful than the Switch port. This game. I prefer it on the GameCube. Sure, it got released on the Wii, which I'm gonna get on soon, but I think this is the number one. Okay, don't. I have Smash. I have Smash. Don't hate on me just yet. But this is my number one GameCube game. I love Metroid so much. More than The Legend of Zelda. I know The Legend of Zelda, experiencing those games is just, it's just royalty, to be honest. But personally, since I am a survival horror fan, as I showed, I love horror games and I like the moodiness and the aspect of the environment. This is why this is my number one favorite game on GameCube. Highly recommend. If you can only get it on the Switch, get it on the Switch. Though I prefer the GameCube one. Here's Metroid Prime 2 Echoes for the GameCube. I haven't 100%ed this game. I need to play it again. It's more difficult than Prime 1, to be honest. I don't know why it still does not hold up, or it's not, I don't know, by the fans, just like Metroid Prime or Fusion, or also the remake of the first NES games on GBA. And also, strangely, they did not release this on the Switch. Strangely enough, they released Prime 1 but not Prime 2 until now. And I haven't played Metroid Prime 4 yet because I'm still playing Dread. Now, Dread is probably the best Metroid that I haven't finished yet, but it's one of the best Metroid games that I ever played. Can't wait to finish it and 100% it. Oh my god. The map, the map is so big, maybe bigger than Super Metroid. So yeah, hopefully this gets more love and more attention again from Nintendo. Still prefer Prime 1 though. Okay, let's get to the bad boy. And what I mean by the bad boy, I mean The Legend of Zelda. But before that, here's Star Fox Adventures. The Zelda Star Fox, as people call it. I love it. Definitely, I got into this one because I love the style of the action adventure game style of Zelda. So to me, it was fine. I really loved it. I need to play it again just for nostalgia. But yeah, this has been slept on for so many time by Nintendo. Hopefully, this will be added in the NSO. Why not? Here's Zelda The Four Swords Adventure. This was given to me by a friend. To be honest, I haven't played it yet. And it's supposed like four characters controls and everything, or you control four links at the time. And I think it has a GBA support, but I don't have that game, so yeah, I might play this very soon. Looking forward to it. And awesome cover art as well. Always love the cover arts for any Zelda game. Oh yeah, and of course, today is Pokemon Day, but also this is also an anniversary for Zelda. So hopefully, when they're done with Pokemon, they have to do something for Zelda. But I think they just wanting Pokemon to take its turn for today, and then they have to announce something for Zelda and its anniversary this year. Maybe a collection of some of these games on Switch again, or Switch 2, a new game, probably. We'll see. But yeah, I'm a lover of Zelda as well. Here's the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition promotional disc. This is also was given to me by a friend, which has the OG Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, which is very difficult. Oh, it's very difficult. One of the most difficult Zeldas that I have to complete, to be honest. Maybe as difficult as Castlevania 2, to be honest. Same difficulty. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, which I prefer Ocarina of Time more than the Majora's Mask. Don't hate on me. It's my preference. I don't like to be rushed, okay? That's why I don't like. I like the horror aspect of Majora's Mask, but gameplay, I prefer that I take my sweet time and take my adventures on my own free will than be rushed and have a time limit to complete things. That's why I also hated Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. Same aspect as Majora's Mask. Not my favorite type of game, this kind of aspect. So that's why I prefer Ocarina of Time. Hell, even I prefer Twilight Princess more than Majora's Mask. But that's just me. So yeah, definitely this is something neat to have for the GameCube. I do not have the double pack for Majora's Mask, or there's a double pack for Majora's Mask, no, not Majora's Mask, Wind Waker and Prime, I think. That's been going up in value among many other double packs. Speaking of Wind Waker, here's Wind Waker. Coming off from Twilight Princess, I understand the hate for the people that they had for this game when it launched, but I think the cel shaded aspect is so cute. I love cel shaded stuff. Beautiful Joe. There's many cartoon animated series that made me love the cel shade. Even Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I love the cel shaded aspect to it for the characters, for the comic book feel of it. Much more better than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Way MVS 3 MV MVC 3 is better than Infinite. So Wind Waker, it's a very big adventure. Took me a while to get the hang of it, because it's the adventure of it, the aspect of it is much more different than any Zelda that I played at that point. But still a very wonderful, fresh change to the Zelda formula at that time. I love it. Took me a while to get hang of it, but I loved it at the end. And here's one of my personal favorites, which is Twilight Princess. Now I have it on WiiU, but I think the GameCube one is mirrored. It's the vision aspect of it is mirrored. Like Link has the sword on the right hand, and the other one has the sword and the shield on the opposite. So, and the world is mirrored. So That's a quite a neat aspect. I don't know why this has gotten expensive because it released. I think because the Wii version released and this got released, maybe because that's why it's rare. But in all honesty, it's one of my favorite Zelda games that I ever played. Yeah, better than Ocarina of Time. Better than no, the 3DS one. The 3DS one. I think I prefer that more than Twilight Princess. Okay, here's one of my very personal series that I love that I wish that it could be brought back in a new game, which is F-Zero GX. Now, if you have Forza, or at least Xbox used to have Forza. Now it's on PlayStation, but Nintendo they care about Mario Kart more than F-Zero for many years now. But honestly, this is hardcore as F. I mean, this game is so solidly good. I need to play it today as well, just for just to pump myself up, the adrenaline. Now, it also got back in Nintendo NSO, and they made a very cool classic F Zero 101 challenge, just like Tetris on the Switch. So, hopefully, I'm not sure if they're gonna ever bring a new F Zero back, but I'm still wishing because there was an anniversary a couple of years back, and Nintendo did nothing. I think it was like that 10th, 11th, 12th anniversary for F Zero. They did nothing. So, as much as I love Captain Falcon and the cast, they really should bring back this series. Let's put it. Let me put that there. Alright, here's my last batch of Nintendo GameCube games, Tales of Symphonia. At that time, I think it was exclusive to the GameCube, if I'm not mistaken. But now it has been re-released on PS3, PS4, PS4. Yeah, I have it on PS4. Just like Vesperia, just like recently with Zelia, and now Berseria is coming out soon. And I love Berseria. I love Velvet Crow. She's my favorite character in the series. So yeah, a very charming RPG, a very charming adventure. This is one of those things when I said the cel shady aspect of the character design makes it awesome. Yeah, this game is one of them. Definitely one of the best RPGs that I played still. Though I prefer some of the modern ones more. Here I have Skies of Arcadia Legends. Sealed. Brand fucking new. Keeping it for my own personal collection. Now this is based on the Dreamcast game, but this one is much more enhanced and better looking too, so I wish one of these days it also gets a new Switch revival as well. I think Baten Kato's, which I'm gonna get in a moment, got a revival for the Asian market, which I think it has Baten Kratos Origins Collection, which has, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the two Baten Kratos games. But that strangely was for the Asian release. I need to get it. I haven't picked it up from Play Asia. So yeah, Skies of Arcadia. Definitely a game that I want Sega to bring back, and not just make Vice and the other cast returning characters in Hatsune Miku or any other. Sega franchises. I need a proper return for these guys. Speaking which, I also have a sealed copy of the first Baiting Kratos. Now, I think this is mainly inspired, if I'm not mistaken, by our prophet Noah, because I think there's some aspect to it in the story, I think. In some ways, not all of it, but definitely a difficult RPG to get into. I used to have an open one, I played it, but I sold it. So I'm keeping this just like Skies of Arcadia sealed for my own personal collection. But if you want to get into the Bait and Kratos series, I recommend you get the Asian double pack on Switch. Here's the other one, Bait and Kratos Origins. I think this is like the prequel, that other game. I haven't finished this, honestly. I need to get back into it. But I remember the first game was quite on the difficult side. Not your typical JRPG, that's for sure. But yeah, definitely something you should experience. But still, I recommend you get those both games on Switch. Remember, it's the Asian port of the Peyton Kato's games. Here I have also Lost Kingdoms 1 and 2. Now this is also made from FromSoft. Surprisingly, before I got these games after I played the Soul series, and I do have a couple of them over there. I have the OG Demon Souls. I have Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, PS3 and PS4. I have Bloodborne, the best thing they ever did. I have Elden Ring, but I haven't played it yet. I know. It's been out for a couple of times, but when you game collect and you 100% games and try to platinum games, sometimes you get caught up with your backlog. Is just what I'm saying. So, yeah. Now these two games I haven't completed them yet. That's why I want to continue playing them. It's been a while. It's one of those weird card action RPG type of thing. I don't know. I need to completely finish them. Then I will do a proper impression on them, hopefully. But it's one of those unique games. I think I'm not sure if these were ported outside of the GameCube. Did it have a PS2 release? I'm not sure, but or Xbox, I'm not sure. But I noticed them for sale from someone and I got them to experience them. So I need to get into them as soon as possible. Right. Okay, let's finish off my GameCube collection. Here I have Fire Emblem, Radiance of Dawn. Yes, I know. It just got finally released on Nintendo Switch Online. But still, this is one of my prized possessions on the GameCube. It wasn't cheap. I got it from someone, or should I say, I took it from him. But I had to pay a good price for it, of course. So, but I did want to experience, because I do have Radiance of Dawn. Just hold your pants. I want to experience the series more. Ever since I got into Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS, I wanted to get into the series more from that point. So, and the series has been way more successful now than ever before. So yeah, maybe if you have a Nintendo Switch Online, the GameCube expansion is cheaper to play it there. But if you really want to own it, you have to get the physical, just like I did. It's not cheap, but definitely worth it if you really want to own your things, just like I do, because I do care about my personal collections of games. And since this is Pokemon Day, I left these two for last intentionally. I have Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, and I have Colosseum as well. Now, they did announce it like it's been a year now since they announced these two games that it's coming to Switch GameCube expansion, but maybe they will announce it today that it's gonna be available today, just like with Fire Red and Leaf Green that I just showed you at the beginning. I hopefully think that it's gonna be the case because it's about time that they announce these. But I'm still playing on the GameCube physically, so maybe when I'm totally done with these games, I'm gonna rest them, uh, and maybe I'll get the online one just to continue playing and preserve these two games. But I need to play them a little bit more to finish them. But yeah, different, very different experience. Gale of Darkness probably the most unique idea in a Pokemon game that you can steal the other Pokemons and the Shadow and revive them and everything. And I think it's also for this game as well, where you can capture, I think, the other trainer's Pokemon. So yeah, definitely a very unique experience from a Pokemon perspective. Like I grew up playing the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance games. I did play Stadium 1 on the Nintendo 64, and it's still one of the toughest Pokemon games because I played with the rentals, and the rentals are not that good, so I did not have the cable connection to use my own team. I used the rentals because the Nintendo 64 game, I borrowed it from a friend at that time with Ocarina of Time. He introduced me to Zelda at that time. That's how I became a Zelda fan. And I became a Metroid fan because of Metroid on the Super Nintendo. That's why I got into Metroid. And still, though I need to get into Metroid Prime 4 soon. So yeah, hopefully today's Pokemon Day. Hopefully these two will get finally announced. Let's put them here. All right, let's go. This is my GameCube selection of games. All right, now let's get into my Wii and Wii U section of the collection. Let's start with the action games. I have some by the Amigo, still sealed. Haven't opened it. I've been searching for the maracas, but the OG original manufacturer maracas by Sega, but I couldn't find any yet. I know I can use the nunchuck and the Wiimote, but I've been searching for the OG maracas for this game so I can play it. I know it's one of the dearest, most fun, and I did play it on the arcades when I was a kid, but and I think there's a new one that's been released on Switch maybe more than 2 years ago, but I haven't played that. So I got this game instead. So hopefully, looking forward that they would release it again. Here's Knights. Here's an old Sega Saturn, I think, game. Knight's Journey into the Dreams. A very fun, different experience type of game, to be honest. This is just something I wanted to play and take me away in a different experience than any other game, and it did provide me that, so very unique game, to be honest. I got this game, and I did not care about Sonic and the Black Knight and Sonic and the Secret Rings. I did not care for those because they were bad Sonic games, so I opted for this instead. And I think I got a much more rich experience than those two games. So yeah, definitely had fun with this game. Need to play it again though. Here I have Driver San Francisco, just for fun and giggles. It's okay. It's not really that bad. I prefer the one on the PS3, but I know this has been delisted for a long while now. But this game is not too bad. Think of it as like Driver 1, but with more, a bit more things that you can do in the game and challenges and stuff. It's a fun game. It's not really that bad. I enjoyed it. Though the Driver series has been dead for so many years now, which is sad. Put this over here. All right. Here's a good couple of games. Here's one I showed last time, Mad World. This is such an awesome game. You know, a Nintendo system is good when it has a mature game on it. I mean, come on. You need something like this to live up your gaming experience on a Nintendo console. And it's made by Platinum Games as well, so yeah, definitely this is such an awesome game. It really needs to be brought back. Will it fit on the Switch? I wish it gets more recognition, like not just in the Nintendo system, but on PlayStation as well. It's really one of the best Wii games that I personally played. Definitely really good. Definitely highly recommend this game, Mad World. Now, one of my personal favorite series, No More Heroes 1 and 2. Now, 1 is definitely a harder game to complete, especially at the beginning. You're gonna lose a lot if you wanna do the challenging and get the amounts of money to upgrade your stuff and everything, but I love the, I wouldn't say quirkiness, but the edginess of these two games, these series. I haven't played the third one yet. And Travis Touchdown Returns, I think that was a meh experience that I don't think, maybe I'll get it later on, but I did not care for it. But I should play the third game though. I haven't played it yet, but it got re-released on Switch, and I even have the limited run Santa Destroy editions up there. But yeah, definitely love the bosses in the first game. It's very challenging, and it still plays the best on the Wii. I played it on PS3. I played it on the Switch, but I still prefer the Wii edition of No More Heroes. Now, the second game, it's a much better experience, the control wise, story wise, challenge wise. I mean, the mini games on this one is way better. Excuse me. It's way better. Like it's so pixelated, old school retro stuff. I think there's, excuse me, there are like 5 or 7 mini games. Very, and I think they're the fastest way to earn some moolahs, some coins, money, whatever to upgrade your stuff. Gameplay wise, it's just a big step up from the first game. Definitely highly recommend it. If you don't own a Wii or a Wii U to play these, then I guess you have to play them on the Switch. Though I think it's both still feel much better to play on the Wii. Now here's a game that I have that I haven't fully enjoyed yet, haven't fully completed, which is Rodea the Sky Soldier. This is quite maybe rare because this edition has the Wii and the Wii U edition. Now, I think the director said that the Wii edition is his own preferred edition of this game, but I haven't fully completed it to give a full judgment on it. It's something that you need to get used to. It's for an action for an action game. It needs some quirkiness to get into. I need to get back into playing this actually. But at least this is the preferred edition that has the both versions. Need to play it again. Here's the Sky Crawlers. Since I am a big Ace Combat fan, as I showed on my PS2, PS1, I haven't showed the other ones. But yeah, I'm a big Ace Combat fan and Project Aces. So I learned that they made this game, the Sky Crawlers. Now, before I do have the, where is it? Hold on. I did get the DVD anime just to understand more about the universe of this game. Here's the DVD, the Sky Crawlers. Before I got into the game, I wanted to watch this. Very Groundhog's Day type of experience. You need to watch it 3-4 times to get the understanding more and more. You miss a lot of things when you watch it the first time, which is intentional by the director. So this is the game. It plays, I think, just like Ace Combat 4. It's still sealed. Oh, what the heck. I'm gonna play it. Since I love Ace Combat, this should be up my alley. I'm gonna play this tonight. Oh. The brand new smell of a very old retro game. You cannot get that nowadays. So yeah, looking forward to play this game. Oh, I can play it with a GameCube controller. Nice, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, if you like Ace Combat 4, you're gonna love this game, for sure. Let's see what the story of this game will take me. I mean, since I watched the theatrical release, maybe it's not related to it too much. Maybe I think it does it take place before this. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna play it because I'm a big Ace Combat fan. So I'm gonna have fun with it. Let me just put it right there. I'm gonna play it tonight. Let me return this. Looking forward to play that tonight. Here's Victorious Boxers Revolution. Now, I played this for like 11 minutes. I haven't fully played it yet. I thought it's gonna be like a punch out type of deal, but I I need to play more of this, to be honest. And I think Discotech Media is bringing back the Baki series. I think season fully with the OVA, so that's why I got this. So yeah, looking forward to get into this more. Okay, okay. Here's my fighting game part of the Wii. I have Castlevania Judgment. What can I say about this game other than it's been the art design of the characters is been done by the artist who did Death Note, which clearly shows with all of the characters. Not my favorite Shinoa in this game, but yeah, it's difficult to get into at the beginning, but I wouldn't say too fun, but you can get a kink out of it. It's not that bad. I should play it tonight. I haven't played it for like 3 years. I know I haven't beaten it with all of the characters. So yeah, but it. I think the running around aspect is sometimes can be hard, especially on the higher difficulties. It needs you need to get used to it. But yeah, I say at least try it out. It's a unique experience for the Wii, and I personally would recommend. Here's King of Fighters Collection, the Orochi Saga, which has, of course, the classic Neo Geo series, which has 94, 95, 96, and one of the best 97 and 98, 95 as well. So now it got released digitally recently for many years now, so you can get on the PlayStation Digital for cheaper. And I think they did a physical by limited run, but dropped uh, I dropped the ball and I forgot, and now it's way more expensive than it is because I want to have it sealed for my collection. But I do have the digital of the this edition on PS4 with trophy support, which the trophies are quite challenging. So yeah. So yeah, this was my introduction, to King of Fighters when I was in second year high school. I got into King of Fighters with this game, and as you saw on my fighting game collection, I have a lot of SNK and King of Fighters games now, thanks to this game because I got into the classics. Since I'm a Tekken and a Street Fighter fan at that time, when I got into King of Fighters, it was quite a more challenging experience. The three versus three and everything. All of the characters are unique. And there's no character copy of another character for the most part. That's why King of Fighters is much more challenging than Street Fighter, in my opinion. And here's my introduction to Guilty Gear before I then got the PS1 disc on PS1. Guilty Gear Accent Core. Is this plus? Yes, it is plus. Yeah, this is at that time. Guilty Gear was so underrated. They always said that this Guilty Gear is one of the toughest, one of the craziest 2D fighters at that time that nobody's paying attention at. And look at them now. Arc System is one of the best fighting game companies out there. I mean, they did a phenomenal job with Guilty Gear Xrd and Strive and DBZ Fighters, which I have all of those. But yeah, this is my introduction to Guilty Gear, and this is my introduction to Arc System, which is, oh my god. The moment I tried Melia Rage, she became my main, and then my second main is Soul Bad Guy. So this game is so crazy. I know I'm not sure if it's still available, but there is an R version of this on PS3 and I think Xbox. Not sure if it's still available, but that edition is much preferable. But this is something that I want to knock my knuckles out when I play on the Wii with the GameCube controller or the classic controller. So this game is so wild. This is a more serious fighting game. Like if between this or Judgment, get this game for sure. It's awesome. Also made me love heavy metal more. Now I saved the best for last for fighting game. It's the Wii exclusive. I'm talking about Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Oh my god, they need to bring this game back so bad. So bad. But I think maybe the problem is from the Tatsunoko side because they're a very Japanesey type of animated studio, and I think they're not that too much famous anymore as they used to have on the 60s or 70s. Um, I'm not sure if I do love Discotheque Media, but I don't think the Discotheque Media release on any of their stuff. I'm not sure, but this game, one of the best fighting games cross ups that I ever played in my life. Well, definitely not only one of the best Wii games, one of the best fighting games on the Wii. And I wish that it's get brought back in another fighting game collection by Capcom, just like the recent awesome collections that I showed you for Darkstalkers, Fighting Collection 1 and 2 on the Street Fighter anniversary. I wish somehow this was added, but this deserves another fighting game collection with this game at the head of the table. This deserves much more love. I mean, there's Morgan, there's Soki, and the Tatsunoko guys like Yatterman and what's the Swan girl name? I forgot. I haven't played this one for a while, so especially I love playing Soki from Onimusha, and I think I love Yatterman from the Tatsunoko side. So yeah, definitely. And I know there was a very cool arcade stick for this game on the Wii. I saw it once, wished I would have bought it because I cannot find them anymore. So yeah, this is my personal treasure for me on the Wii. This game, I love it so much. Right. Okay, those out of the way. Okay, here's my horror collection slash shooting collection. Okay, let's separate them for a moment. Let's start with the railgun shooting games. The Wii has the best railgun shooting games. I don't have all of them, but the Wii could have had much more shooting gallery type of games. You know, the ones from the arcade. Now, this one is an action shooter, which is the Conduit 1 and 2. Here's Conduit 1. Here's Conduit 2. Now, both games are really good. For a Wii game, it's really awesome. It's really good. The first one feels much more story driven and finding the hidden secrets and stuff and everything. I prefer the first one, but I think combat wise and weapon wise, I think the second one is better. But I did not like the story in the second one, or lack thereof. Like it's something, yeah, okay, whatever. But I do like the first one more. So yeah, Conduit 1, Conduit 2. Not bad games actually. Had fun with them, both of them. Okay, let's move on. Here's Heavy Fire Afghanistan. Now I know this was also on the PS3. It's an action military railgun shooter. It's more difficult than you think it is. Like you have to be very quick and precise. Like I wouldn't say the same as Time Crisis, but close enough. It's quite a very good game. I never got into the Kabbalah or whatever those hunting games. I don't have any single one of them, but this feels close enough. Maybe more intense than those series of games, but I loved it. Trying to complete it was very challenging to say the least. Now here's a real gun shooting. What? How should I call it? What do they call those? A shooting range simulator. Yes, I'm talking about Reload. This game. This game is way more challenging than I thought. This is really like a shooting range experience. It's very challenging. There is score based. There is target objective based things that you need to do with different kind of weapons and situations, minding the recoils and such. It's an awesome game. Nobody talks about it more than enough, but I picked it up out of curiosity, and it's quite something. Something to make my Wii Zapper more zippy. But yeah, would I recommend this? Hmm. It is challenging though, but it is a different kind of fun from the action shooters and the rail shooters. This is something way more serious than it should be, and it's quite something unique on the Wii, to be honest. I would say check it out on YouTube, but for me, it was a well worth purchase. Now, here's a personal favorite of mine. It gets a lot of recommendations. Maybe it deserves even more. Here's LA Machine Guns, which has Gunblade New York and LA Machine Guns. This is just like the arcade versions of those two games. Yeah, especially I played them on the arcade with those two big recoiling guns. So it's definitely exactly just like the arcade experience. I love playing this a lot actually. I should play this tonight. Just for 15 minutes. I need to play both games again. It's really fun, especially with the Zapper. A big high recommendation. If you spot this, if you have the Wii, if you have a Zapper, or without the Zapper, you can play it. Even though I prefer with the Zapper. But yeah, this is a big recommendation. If you're searching something really fun for coach co-op play rail shooting action, highly recommend this game, Gunblade New York. Such awesome game. Now I think one of the best game with high replay value is Ghost Squad. I mean, you have three missions. You have three objective missions, but you can tackle them differently with different weapon setup, different approach to the target and everything. Very cinematic, very action, very how should I say it? Very it's very awesome actually. You will not get bored of this game. Probably one of the best games on Wii, to be honest. Definitely Sega know how to do a lot of good arcade stuff. Highly recommend that game. Now continue on with the more horror aspects of things. Here's House of the Dead 1 and 2 Return. Now, besides the remake of 1 and 2, I haven't played them honestly on Switch. But this is a true arcade experience with 3 with the shotgun is much more fun. The second one is still as hard, to be honest. Sometimes I fail a lot. It feels you have to be as precise as almost when shooting, just like Time Crisis. But yeah, this is a very awesome addition, a very awesome combo to have as a railgun shooters on the Wii. And here I picked this up and did not expect to be this epic and cheesy in a good way. House of the Dead Overkill. This game. Now I know there's the director's cut on PS3, but I never got it because I don't have the Move controller. But my god, this game from start to finish with the cutscenes and everything, it's that B horror movie thing that you're gonna love, in all honesty. Oh, I need to play this again today. Oh, I haven't played this in 4 years. Man, I need to play this tonight. Highly recommend this one. I think I prefer this one more than the PS3 one. I think maybe I'm not sure. Did they remove some stuff from this version to the director's edition of the PS3? Nonetheless, probably one of the best M-rated games on the Wii. Highly recommend it. Oh yeah. Yeah, since I showed that I have the Dead Space games, then of course I should have Dead Space Extraction. A very good survival horror rail shooting experience. It's up there with the Resident Evil games that I have here in a moment. I'm gonna show you. So yeah, a very, very good game. I prefer House of the Dead Overkill more than this game, but if you want something else to add to your collection and experience, and you love Dead Space as much as you love Resident Evil as I do, then pick this up. I think this has been released also on PS3 long ago. Not sure if it's still up there on the PS3 store, but need to check that out on the PS3. I don't have the Move controller, that's why I didn't care. Just like Umbrella and Darkside Chronicles, it is available on the PS3, but I think maybe they removed it. Not sure though. But yeah, definitely an awesome experience for a rail shooting horror action. And it is aligns with this main series with the Ishimura and stuff. Now here's Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles. I think these two games are just what made the Wii a more serious contender for action rail shooting games, because it's these two games that made me get all of those other games because I wanted more, so much more. Thanks to those games. Now, Umbrella Chronicles, you play like a rail shooting segments of the Mansion Incident and Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 3 with Jill and Carlos, and there is the end brand new story, the Russian facility section with Chris and Jill, with the Talos project at the end, which looks like a Metal Gear in my opinion. Very awesome game, to be honest. So much fun. You will never get bored with this game. It looks very neat too, even for a Wii game. Weapon selection and upgrading and enhancing and everything. You're gonna play this game for hours and hours and hours. Especially if you play it with a friend, a girlfriend, a wife, kids. Well, I'm lonely. Sadly, I'm lonely and I'm not married, so I play it with myself. Poor me. But I did 100% it though. And here's the sequel and a much more challenging game, Dark Side Chronicles. Wow, man. Okay, for this one, you have the Resident Evil 2 section, the Code Veronica section, which looked. I think we got a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, sub remake in this game than the remake that we're actually waiting. So, and there's the Project Javier, Operation Javier, which is a new story with Leon and Krauser, which is very amazing and it's very challenging. Overall, this game is much more challenging to 100% and get the hidden files and everything and upgrading. In general, this is a more challenging game. If you like the previous one, Umbrella Chronicles, you will like this one. Just know that it's gonna be difficult, and it's for a Wii game. And compared to the first game, the graphics in this one looks really good for a Wii game. Highly love it, and I really love the box art as well. Very beautiful. Almost Resident Evil 2-ish remake. Alright, here's the survival horror section. The best version of Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. Like I showed at the beginning, the GameCube collection that I have, this is the best Resident Evil 4 experience I ever had. It plays so good, so fun with the Wii and Nunchuck controller. I'm not joking. It's so good. Even is I think the GameCube version graphically is more crispier than this one, but it still looks clean for a Wii edition. I think it's even better than the PS2 one. So yeah, one of the best Wii games. If you find it, get it. You love it. Never a dull moment with Resident Evil 4. Even if you complete it over 50 times. From PS2 to GameCube to Wii to PlayStation 3, even though the PS3 one was a digital only with Code Veronica X. I have that as well. Never get enough of those games. Speaking of, like the GameCube ones, I do have the Wii editions archives for Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil Remake. What more do I need to say? I already said about the GameCube ones. Though I feel the Wii ones, they made them a bit easier in my experience. Like there are some zombies I think that they removed in the games. Even if I'm playing normal, I feel they made it a little bit easier. So honestly, I prefer if you get them on PS4, Zero and Remake, both of them. They're both awesome games. So, like I said, I'm a die-hard Resident Evil fan, and I cannot wait to get Requiem soon. And the last of my survival horror game that I have is Obscure: The Aftermath. Now, I think this is the second game. I haven't played the first game, but reading about people recommending this game online on YouTube, I decided to get it, play it, and complete it. It's really quite an experience. I think you can even co-op this game, like actual couch co-op. But like I said, I'm a lowly guy. Poor me. So I did complete this on my own. I remember the cemetery section was quite tough in this game. Would I recommend it? Yes. It's a very fun experience. I haven't played the first one though, but it's not bad actually. It's really good. A very good experience with this game. Very Halloweenish day vibe. All right, so moving on. Okay. Here's my JRPG that I have. Here's Baruch, which is type of a rogue dungeon crawler type of RPG game. I haven't completed it for a long while. I need to get back to it. So it is tough though. Maybe not as tough as maybe the Sega one, the old one, but it can be quite monotonously hard. So yeah, I need to get back into this later on today. Rise Fantasia. I have this, but I haven't played it yet. I got it recently. It was brand new, but I opened it. This game. Still new. I haven't played it to be honest. I got it to add more RPG collection to my Wii and Wii U setup. So let's see what will this game will provide me at the end. I know Baruch is gonna drive my mind crazy. Shiren the Warrior, Shren or Shiren the Wanderer. This was given to me by a friend. I haven't played it yet, but I am a big fan of Muramasa, but sure it plays differently. But this is something I'm gonna experience it as well, so we'll see how this goes as well. I have this one, but I haven't completed it to be honest. Fragile Dreams. It's one of those hidden gems on the Wii. Still need to play it more and finish it. But it is one of those hidden gems that you must own and collect for the Wii. And a very cool, beautiful cover art as well. They should break this back. It's this game is slept on hard. It's like nobody remembers this game. Still need to complete it though. Here it is, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Now I'm halfway into this game actually. Haven't completed it yet. And it plays very closely just like the GameCube one. Maybe it's more crispier, more beautiful, but it's very closely plays the same as that game. And it's one of those most expensive games on the Wii, if I'm not mistaken. So glad that I have it before the price of it shot way up. So I need to complete this, but glad that I have it in my collection. Still need to complete it though. Speaking of, here's Muramasa the Demon Blade, one of the most beautiful games that I ever played in my life. I know it has a Vita enhanced port, but ever since the game went into hiatus again, into one of those hidden gems type of games, it's one of the most beautiful action games that I ever played. You cannot. What can you say about Vanillaware? They know how to make their art maybe as beautiful in their own way to just like Studio Ghibli, how they make the most beautiful animations in history. Gaming wise, it's Vanillaware, which I do have also Dragon Crown and other games, but Muramasa the Demon Blade is one of those most amazing games that I really wish it gets an HD remastered treatment very soon. This needs to be brought back. If Okami got back again, why not this game? It should it should come back. It's such a I did not 100% it though, but it's an awesome game. Saving my best for last for the Wii RPG. Oh, Jiminy, how I love you so much. I'm talking about Sakura Wars. So long, my love. Now, again, not. I haven't played every Sakura Wars type of game. I have the first and second one in Japanese. I'm playing those with a translation from GameFAQs. I have it on my Japanese PlayStation Vita TV with Valkyria Chronicles 3 because those games weren't released nationwide, only in Japan. So I'm playing Valkyria Chronicles 3 in Japanese, Sakura Wars 1 and 2 in Japanese with translations. So I haven't played the third one with Erika, the beautiful Christian girl, the main hero of that game. I did not have the Sega Dreamcast or the Saturn or Genesis when I grew up, so I did not play those. So I really hope that they bring Sakura Wars in a collection in somehow. It's been going on for a couple of years, so I'm surprised why Sega hasn't brought back Sakura Wars yet. This is literally the last time they released a Sakura Wars game. There is Shin Sakura Wars. I have that. I haven't completed it yet, but it's a different type of experience. I mean, they did some good enhancements with the robots, but as far as like classic Sakura War style, I think they're still missing the point with the classic games. Maybe it's not everyone's cup of coffee with the dating sims and everything, but I love the cast, especially the beautiful redhead Texan. Jiminy is my favorite, especially with the Texan gal accent. I really love her so very much. She's my favorite in the cast, and I also love Rita. All of the cast are amazing. Caprice, all of the cast are amazing, especially if you want to date and raise your love to maximum for each and every one of them. But still, my number one girl in this game is Jiminy. You gotta love me some Texan girl, y'all. All right. All right, let's get some Wii U games here that I have. Some of them are brand new because I have them digitally on the system, or at least I bought them before they shut them down. Here's Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U, brand new. Very good game. Haven't completed it every segment. I did not 100% it yet though. It's been a while. Here's Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, sealed. Here's Wind Waker HD, sealed. Don't worry, I have those. If you see a sealed game, I have it digitally on my Wii U. These are just for my physical collection. So yeah, Wind Waker. Maybe they will bring it back on Switch too. We'll see. It is a Zelda anniversary after all. Maybe they'll bring him back. Here's Skyward Sword. Don't worry, I play this. It has the Symphony disc as well. Here's Twilight Princess, my favorite Zelda game. I played it on the Wii actually before I got the GameCube one. Here's Zelda Breath of the Wild. I have it on the Switch, so I'm playing it there. I'm just keeping it this sealed for my collection because the game is so big. I don't want to do it all over again. It's enough experience for me on the Switch, to be honest. So I'm just keeping this sealed for my collection. Okay. Here's Pandora's Tower, a very underrated game, a very difficult game as well. As far as action JRPG wise, it's very different from any JRPG that I have played. So this is one of the Operation Rainfall games. Pandora's Tower, Xenoblade Chronicles, and The Last Story. I'm gonna get into it. So this is Pandora's Tower. And of course, one of my current favorite JRPG series of all time with Monolith Soft is Xenoblade Chronicles. Like I said, I do have the collection for Xenoblade on the Switch. Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. Turn of the Golden Country. And Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I do have on the Wii U as well. But I have the Switch version. And I think they just recently announced the Switch 2 version, which I think it needed an enhancement on the Switch 2. So yeah, probably one of the biggest games that you can ever play, whether if it's on the Wii, on the 3DS, on the Switch or Switch 2. This game is phenomenal. I love it. And I love a bit of a Manado as well. Oi, Shock, you in there? Let's bring the Manado with you. I just love the British accent in this game. Surprised because I think they released it in their European site first, but thanks to Operation Rainfall on Facebook, which I joined at that time, they released these games on the Wii on the American side. So I'm happy that I own all these three games: Pandora's Tower, Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and The Last Story on Wii. So yeah, one of my favorite games on the Wii, and I still love the cover. So here's Xenoblade Chronicles X. I have it digitally on my Wii U actually. This is just an extra sealed physical for my collection, and I also have it on my Switch. Can't get me enough love with Xenoblade in my life. Here I have Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I haven't completed it, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter has gotten a way more recognition for the last 3 years, more than I thought it would be. So I'm not into the series that much. This is the only Monster Hunter game that I have, sadly, in my entire collection. So sometime I need to catch up to the Monster Hunter series, but just not now. Also, I have Paper Mario Color Splash sealed. People say it's the worst Paper Mario. Take it for what it is. Maybe not as good as the previous Paper Marios, but at least it deserves one playthrough is all I'm saying. We'll go into some of the Nintendo stuff here. Here's Splatoon, the first one, sealed. I have it digitally. I'm still playing it from time to time. One of the best, newest IPs that Nintendo ever created is Splatoon for the last decade or so. It's Splatoon for me with Xenoblade Chronicles with Monolith Soft. Here's Pokken Tournament, sealed. I love me some Tekken, so Pokken was quite a big surprise. Wonderful 101, sealed. I think it got released on PS4 if I'm not mistaken, so you can get it there. Recommend it. It's quite very difficult to get into at the beginning, but halfway through, if you don't understand the game, then you'll probably not like it. You'll feel, if you're into Pikmin a little bit, so maybe you'll get into the Wonderful 101. Much more action oriented though than Pikmin. Yoshi's Woolly World, such an amazing game. Sealed. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I just love the art style of this game is so cutesy and awesome and delicious at the same time. I haven't 100% it though, as my digital version on my Wii U, but I'll get back into it. What else? Here's Resident Evil Revelations, sealed. I platinum it on PS3, PS4, so I just got this for just collection notoriety. I think they closed the servers for this one though. Here is Zombie U, which I think it got released outside of the Wii U a couple of years now. So it's I think when you play it on the Wii U, it's a more unique experience, but when you play it in a different system other than the Wii U, you'll feel it is like a normal zombie game. So it was meant to be a Wii U type of deal. Here's Ninja Gaiden 3 on Wii U. Need to catch up with the Ninja Gaiden series. I haven't played all of them yet. Here's Shovel Knight, one of my favorite games that I played digitally on the Wii U. I have a sealed physical because I love the game so much. If you like Mega Man or retro balls to the walls type of 2D platformer, Shovel Knight is gonna make your day, that's for sure. Here's Steam World Dig and Steam World Heist combo. Now I did play Steam World Dig on the 3DS, but I haven't played Heist yet. This is a sealed copy. I'm gonna try and get Heist digitally. I'm keeping this one sealed. Now here's these two games are quite rare action games for the Wii U. We have Devil's Third, which honestly it doesn't deserve the hate that it got. Even the online was shut down so fast. Like it had a very short life. The action and the shooting in this one is really good. I mean, it's really fun. It's really good. It didn't deserve the hate that it got, honestly. It was bashed upon so hard by gaming critics. And look at it now. I think one of the most expensive Wii U games out there. I know I played this. I know if I kept it sealed, it would have fetched me, but I did want to play this, so it turned out to be a very awesome game. It did not deserve the hate that much. Here's Bayonetta 2 with Bayonetta 1. double pack. This is a very rare edition for the Wii U because you do have a physical Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2. Now, they did that for the Switch, but I think the Switch only has the other game as a downloadable extra content. It's not on the cartridge, so yeah. So definitely one of my personal treasures for my Wii U collection. And I do have Bayonetta on PS3 and I platinum it. I have it on PS4, but I haven't touched it yet. Looking forward to platinum it again. Maybe I'll show it off in my channel as part of my live streams. Almost done here. Let's get this ball rolling. I have Pikmin 3. This is the only Pikmin that I played in my life. I know there is a Wii Enhanced Edition of 1 and 2. I'm trying to hunt that one down to get into more into Pikmin. I have the Pikmin on 3DS, but I haven't opened it yet. And I think there's Pikmin 4, but I'm not sure when will I buy it and play it. Not now. I'm busy with so many other games. Very beautiful game. I love the environment, the sense of responsibility in the Pikmin. This is the only one that I played, but the sense of responsibility that I experienced while playing this game is not, is like none any other game that I played in my life. So I'm sure I 100% this one. So I had enough. So I'm not gonna. Maybe I'm gonna just play it for 5 minutes just for nostalgia, but I'm done with this game because I 100% it. Here's Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. One of my favorite Mario games of all time. Can't wait to watch the movie. I think it's at April, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the second one, which they brought it back on Switch, but $70, I think that's asking too much, to be honest. I want to get them. I will get them, but not for $70. Not now. I can still pop those both games and I can still play them and have fun with them. One of the best Mario games. If you have a Wii or a Wii U, you have to play them. It's a must. And if you have a Switch, get them on Switch. If you don't have a Wii or a Wii U, definitely you're gonna have an amazing time with them. Here's Wario Land, Shake It. Now they must bring back this game. It's a crime that they haven't brought this game back again. Playing it on the Wii, it's like you're watching a cartoon. You're playing a cartoon. The animation is so good, so beautiful, so crisp, and so clean. One of the cleanest looking 2D platformers that I ever played. And for a Wii game, this is really awesome. If you want to 100% it, I haven't still because there are some challenging level objectives. The bonus ones are really hard. So maybe I'll need to get back into it soon. Highly recommended though. Here's a game just for funsies. WarioWare Smooth Moves. I thought this would be a stupid game, but ever since I played it, it turned out to be much more fun than I thought it would be, honestly. Like, this is just a very good uh, collection of mini games that you experience just for fun, just to change the mood a bit. Here's Donkey Kong Returns. No, this basically, I think they have re-released it on Switch very recently. I think I have enough experience with this game already. If you try to 100% it, so I have my fair share satisfaction on replaying this game because trying to 100% it is very tough. So I had enough with this game, but you cannot go wrong with a 2D Donkey Kong game, which is said the same thing. I think this one got released on Switch as well. Tropical Freeze. Now I think Country Returns is a much better, more challenging game, but for funsies with two-player co-op, I think this one is a very solid, nice additional adventure to the DK universe of games and its sequels. And I do love the music of this game, so it's really good. Here's NES Remix Pack, which has NES Remix 1 and 2. This is so good. I'm not sure, did they release this on Switch? I don't know. I don't think so. They did make a 3DS version of this, but this is a compilation of the classic Nintendo games from every type of game that you could ever think. From Nintendo, from Kirby to Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Motocross. It's not the dirt bike game. What was it called? Also maybe Kid Icarus. So many of the classic games. Excite Bike, yeah, that's the name of the game. So you have a compilation of those classic games, but they tell you to do a certain objective in that game, thus remixing your experience on how to do that specific game. So it's like a challenging tournament type of game, like you can challenge the objectives and do them. If you can get the 3 stars or the best time or best score, it's a very fun game. Like you have to, if you have a Wii U, you have to get this. I don't, I didn't care for the 3DS one because I had my fair share enough with this game. I was satisfied enough with this game. I didn't need to get the 3DS one. Closing off. Let me get these. Hold on. So I have the last story, the limited edition, special edition one. This is quite very rare and very expensive. I need to play this again. I forgot. I forgot what this game is all about. It's been so many years that I haven't played this. Probably I'm gonna replay this. If you ever wonder what this collection provides, besides the book-looking cover of the CD, these are these. So yeah, it has a real-time strategy type of deal with it. I'm not sure. It's a different type of experience, and it is made by the same Sakaguchi, the director of Final Fantasy, is the one who made that game. So that's why I decided to get it. Definitely a unique experience on the Wii. Still on the Wii. They haven't re-released it outside of the Wii, sadly. So here's hoping they would release it sometime in the future. And here's a very delicious Candylicious collection. Kirby's Dream Collection. Oh, how I love this so much. Very awesome. All of the classic Kirby's are in here. Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventure, Dreamland 2, Kirby Superstar, my favorite, Dreamland 3, that's a good one, and Kirby 64, which is deserves more love. So yeah, awesome collection and a very delicious box art. Makes me want to have some candy right now. What else? Here's, I did not like this game very much, to be honest. Star Fox Zero. This game. It looks good. It Plays kind of good. Control wise with the pad, not so good in my opinion. It was such a turn off in compared to the previous Star Fox game. I did not like the that I have to mostly be forced to play it with the Wii U pad. It was quite something I did not really enjoy that much. As much as I like the cast, I did not like how the type of control I had playing this game. Since I love Shantae, and you haven't noticed how I love Shantae, I'm gonna show you in a moment. Here's Shantae Half Genie Hero for the Wii U. It's on Vita, it's on PS4, it's on PS5, it's on Switch, it's on Xbox. No, was it released on Xbox? I think. I don't have an Xbox, so I don't care. So yeah, one of my favorite series of all time is Shantae. What can I say? I really like beautiful Arabian genie-like girls. And I love her beautiful tanniness as well. Same as her friend Sky. And Risky Boots. I love Risky Boots as well. So yeah. One of my favorite 2D action platformer series that I have. Highly adore this series to death. And I just cannot can't get enough of Shantae as I'll show you. Here's Tokyo Mirage Session. It's like Persona Shin Megami Tensei meets Fire Emblem type of thing. This is the special Wii U edition. I think it got released on the Switch a couple of years back. I took it just for fun, to be honest. It's not my favorite JRPG, but it was some a good different experience for the Wii U. I got it mostly for the Fire Emblem side of things. Okay, before I'm gonna leave the last one for last. Here's Mario Strikers Charge, the Wii one, like the GameCube one. I do not play this for my own self. I play it when friends come over just for fun. If you notice, I don't have Mario Party. I don't care. I hate Mario Party. Super Mario Brothers Wii. Very good game. I need to continue playing it. I haven't finished it yet. Super Luigi U. Now this one I fully completed it. Even if it's a DLC to Super Mario Brothers U, like even if it's a DLC, I think for Year of the Luigi, which I'm not sure why it was a failed year for Nintendo, but who cares? I love Luigi. So this one, as a physical edition for the Wii U, I hunted it down since I got the digital one. Here's Mario Kart 8. Now I do love me some Mario Kart. So here's the I think they sold millions among millions with this series, especially Mario Kart 8. One of the best Wii U games. They even released it on Switch and Switch 2, and I think it's still reeling them in money big time. It's very fun to play, very good. Some people prefer the older series like Double Dash, and yeah, some people prefer the GameCube one. I don't have it, but I did play it with a friend. I just don't have it. Here's Metroid Prime 3. I really love this game so much. It controls really well, very sharp, very crisp. Here's Metroid Other M. Fun action game, but not the best Metroid game that I ever played. But at that time, I did not like it, but playing it again, I think I was too hard on it back then. And here's the Metroid Prime trilogy. Here's what I meant, that I have my own fair share of love for Metroid, especially the Prime series. So yeah, glad I bought this from someone. I wanted this for my collection. Though it has a slight, yeah, it has a slight dent, but oh well. But yeah. Now I wish they brought back the Metroid Prime trilogy on Switch. But here's hoping. I mean, if they remastered Prime 1, why not Prime 2 and Prime 3? And now you're gonna ask me, yo, bro, all this and you don't have Smash? Hold your asses. I do have Smash. That's why I left it for last. I'll show you, which I don't have Smash Ultimate on the Switch yet, because I haven't played Smash, to be honest, for 5 years. I've been busy with many other fighting games. And like I said, I'm alone, so nobody plays with me. Get this. Here's Super Smash Bros. Melee. The granddaddy of all Smash Brothers games, still loved by you Americans. I need to pop in and play it with my GameCube controller. Need a bit of cleaning as well. So yeah, you expect me all this and I don't have Super Smash Brothers Melee? You better be joking. Because I know my gaming stuff, okay? That's why I left Smash for last. To tease you, all of you. Leave the best for last. But yeah, I'm not a pro at Super Smash Brothers by any stretch of the word, but I do love playing. I do love Melee more than Brawl, which I have it here as well. It's fun. I love the story, and I certainly love the final boss in this game, but I still prefer Melee more in my experience. And here's the last one that I ever played with Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. The last time I played Super Smash Brothers was on the Wii U. On the Switch, I haven't gotten the Smash Ultimate one yet. But I do have the controller. I'm gonna show it to you. So yeah, at this time, I wasn't too much into Smash Brothers. Not as much as Melee or Brawl, because I got into other fighting genres and series. That's why I dropped on Smash Brothers. That's why I don't have Smash Ultimate for Switch. But one day I will get it, just not right now. So I'm keeping them, storing them here together, just to make the box fancier. On my shelf. So yeah, that's it for my for my GameCube, Wii, and Wii U collection. Oh, so like I said, here's the Smash controller for the Switch. I have the Zelda one, and I have the Smash one, but I don't have Smash yet. And yesterday I got this, the Genshin Impact controller, which looks really nice. I thought it was a Kingdom Hearts controller when they announced it. So yeah, it's a very beautiful controller. And here's the Nixie controller that I play on my Wii slash GameCube model. So yeah. A very good replacement for the Wavebird GameCube controller. And like I said, regarding how I love Shantae so much, here's my current Shantae collection. I told you I'm very crazy about Shantae. Here I have a complete PS4 setup. That's a complete PS5 disc setup. Here's her Android. I do have another box, and I do have a Switch complete box behind this one. So yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to organize and clean my bookcase. So that's my collection overall. So I'm gonna continue on cleaning my room now. Since I brought all those games down, maybe it's the only time that I'm gonna show my collection fully. So I appreciate for everyone who's took their time to watch me all this time, and hopefully you understand how I truly really love my Nintendo games so much. As like I said, I'm a PlayStation and a Nintendo gamer. I do not have an Xbox. Neither in my lifetime I cared about the Xbox, so that's why. Alright, so I think that's gonna be it for now. Glad that I showed some of my collection. Been playing on my PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PS3 recently as well. Yeah, so since I was cleaning my room, that's why I wanted to share my some of my Nintendo collections. So since this is the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U, next time I'm gonna show the Switch collection that I have, my modest Switch collection that I have. Also, don't discourage, I also have some limited run stuff that I have in my collection. I got the Lollipop Chainsaw Collector's Edition yesterday, which I've been waiting on that more than a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years. Jesus, with limited run. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. I know it took so much of my time, but I had to show all of my stuff at once since I'm gonna continue cleaning now. So I'm gonna wish you all the best of luck. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all on my next showcase. Be safe, everyone, and thank you so much for watching.